Hello everybody, how are you guys tonight? I am here tonight to tell you all about how to apply Jamberry wraps or jams. I want to start calling them jams. I call them wraps, but that just kind of sounds like I'm trying to sell you or talk to you about Spanx or something like that, like, you know, mummy wraps or something. I don't know. I think jams is more fun because we like to jam. I like to jam. I'm sure you like to jam too. So tonight I'm going to teach you how to turn or apply your jams without a mini heater, because not all of you have mini heaters, and I know this. And as much as I love the mini heater and I think that all of you should have one, I understand that you don't. So tonight I'm going to be teaching you two methods without the mini heater. Ooh, my nails. I'm going to be teaching you the blow dryer method. So this is just my regular blow dryer. I've had this thing for years, and I'm going to use this. I use this all the time, actually. It just came off and now I'm putting it back on. But this cool device thing that I'm sure has a very technical name that I don't know, but it works. It's a cool thing. It just helps keep the airflow more direct on a specific area rather than just. So this might sound funny, but I have not found my flat iron since I have moved. I could have sworn it was with my blow dryer and my curling iron, and I don't know where it is. And I'm kind of bummed out because it's a nice one, and it's here somewhere. It's just, and probably in some weird box that, like, at the time it made sense when I packed it, but not so much now. But I have a curling iron instead, or if you know, you're the ironing type, like my mom was, and actually have like a real iron for clothes, you can use that too. I actually have one of those too, but good Lord, is it dusty? I have not used it in a long time because I don't really like to iron. So I have my curling iron, so I'm going to be teaching you some tips and tricks with this at the end here. And then I also have a rice bag in here. I'm keeping it nice and warm in this bag here. So let me, and then just to show you everything else I have my Serene wraps again. I'll be putting more of those on. I got a nail file. I have my glass nail file, which I love so much. I got my tweezers, which are trusty tweezers. Trusty scissors. I have a cuticle spoon. This came in my toolkit. My toolkit, my deluxe toolkit. You can also pick these up at like Sally's Beauty Supply or any type of beauty supply store. You can get these. Orange stick, because you always need an orange stick. They're really handy. And dun dun dun, the rubber cuticle pusher. Everybody needs one of these. So that's, oh, and I have a Ziploc baggie, but I'm not sure if I'm going to use it tonight. We'll see. I don't know. So without further ado, let me get out my rice bag. Now the rice bag essentially is a bean bag full of rice. Here we go. This is an old sock filled with slow cook rice, and I would not use minute rice, because if you use minute rice, I'm putting this around to keep it warm. If you use minute rice, it will pop like popcorn in your microwave, and you don't want to do that. I know this because it happened to me. Somebody gifted me a little one and didn't tell me, or I don't know if they knew or what, but they gifted it to me. It was a Secret Santa gift, and I put it in the microwave for like 30 seconds, and I thought my house was going to burn down. It was just some fabric, and it burned a hole through the fabric, and it smelled like burnt popcorn. It was just terrible. So, real nice Secret Santa, right? Guess I'm not doing that one again this year. So basically all it is this is just like one of my daughter's old socks filled with some rice, tied with a non-metallic hair tie, and I put it in the microwave for 45 seconds to a minute. It's nice and warm. So all you get to do is just kind of, you get to apply you use this in lieu of a mini heater. So let's go ahead and try that. Let's try that. I'm going to put this on my ring finger. Put on my ring finger here. So I don't have my buffer. Where's my buffer? 1 second. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I have all my stuff over here. So I have my buffer. And so I have alcohol pad. Where are all my alcohol pads? I moved them, or used them probably. I'm a Girl Scout, like a Boy Scout, Girl Scout. I don't know. I'm always prepared, always prepared. So, it's been a long day. All right, so I've got my alcohol pad. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this on my ring finger and I'm gonna buff it. In my first video, I went over extensively how you prep your nails before you put your jams on. I would strongly suggest you go back and watch that because it had amazing tips. I was even proud of myself. And it's just very, very helpful. So please go back and watch the very first video from Monday night and you will be very pleased that you did. Now I buffed my nail. Now I'm going to use the alcohol pad to disinfect, dry out, and remove all of the particles from the buffing, so that way there's this nice smooth surface for the wrap to adhere to. All nice and done there. Now I'm going to match my wrap. Looks like this one's the winner chicken dinner, so my third one here is going to be my ring finger. Now, at any time, if you aren't finding a wrap that fits perfectly to your nail, or maybe just a little too big, like some fingers like the pinky, you can trim them. You can trim them to make them fit a little bit better. You can, they're fun. I've seen people do really creative things with their jams. They cut them in cool shapes and layer them, and it's fun. I'm gonna actually get more creative with them pretty soon. And my tweezers and this wrap are not getting along. This is why I cut them off. And okay, so like I said, I'm challenging myself. I'm trying to do it the way. So I'm lifting it up here, and now off camera, the magic's happening. Ooh. I'm going to trim my wrap about in the middle, boop, 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 with my scissors. And aha, voila! So now, just a reminder, if you're going to touch your wrap with your, if you're going to touch the wrap with your fingers, make sure you don't touch any part of the wrap that is going to be touching your nail. So here we go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my rice bag. I'm going to hold it right here in my hands, and I'm just going to kind of rest the wrap on top of it like this. And it will warm up and start to curl a little bit. I'm putting it, resting it non-sticky side down. So the sticky side is up. And just kind of letting it warm up through the non-sticky side there. And it's kind of curling a little bit. So there. So now it's warmed up a little bit. Now I'm going to place it on my nail, and I'm going to try to do the fun trick I did the other night where I flipped the camera. So please bear with me. Let's see how it goes. Let's see. Can you see my fingers? All right. Okay, so now I'm going to, I need to be the different handed. Okay, so now I'm going to place this very gently down. All right. I'm using my fingers because of the angle I am, but I want you to see what I'm doing. I think it's really important to be able to see the nail. I'm centering it, getting it as close to my cuticle as I can without touching my skin. And ta-da. All right, so it looks like I got it pretty good. Actually, wait. Yeah, I think that's going to be okay. It might not be a little centered. Remember to think skinny. So what you can do is you can just, even with your finger, you can use your rubber cuticle pusher, or even with your finger, you can just press it down the middle, and then off to the side, and off to the other side. I prefer the rubber cuticle pusher because I know. It's just insurance. I know that it's doing its job. My finger, not so much. This, I know. So you can see it's a little off-centered. That's okay. I'm not that anal. I'm feeling good tonight. Not all applications are perfect. I do my best. But okay. So now I've got that. I'm going to trim a little bit of the top of it off. Here, I'll flip it over. It doesn't have to be straight. I'm just trimming it so that there isn't so much hanging off. I don't want to cut my nail. Ta-da! It doesn't have to be perfect at all. No problem at all. So now I'm going to take the rice bag, and I'm just going to put it on top of my nail. Here, I'm going to flip it for you. Hi, thanks. All right. So I'm just basically pressing this. Ooh, it's warm. I'm just pressing the rice bag, like kind of forming it around my finger. And it's warm. This is warm. I can feel it. It's really good. So that's all I'm doing. I'm just basically putting this rice bag. It's forming around my finger and heating up the wrap. You can see that it is bent over my nail. And that's good. That means it's nice and hot. So I'm just going to let it cool for a second. And then I'm going to file it off. The rice bag is really awesome. The first time I ever applied my wraps was with the rice bag, just like this. And honestly, it took me a while to get used to my mini heater because this was the first way I tried it. And every time you do something, the first time it seems like it's just special. That method. There's some ways. Sometimes you do things the first time and you're like, oh, that was not how it's supposed to go. But this, I really enjoyed it. And so, but once I got more comfortable with my mini heater, I stopped using that. So now it's cooled off. And you can see that it's hanging over my nail there. And I'm just going to file it off in a downward motion. And you'll see, make sure it's downward only. Do not do side to side. Do not do up and down. Downward only. And you can see the leftover knit wraps. It came off there. I don't know if you can see it. So that's the little remnant of the wrap. And there might be some rough edges. To help get rid of the rough edges, you can use not as coarse nail file. You can use a metal nail file, or you can use the glass nail file, which I think is the best. I highly recommend the glass nail file because it just saves me so much time. I don't have to worry about constantly dealing with the rough edges. They're done. Like the glass file just nips it in the bud for me, and that's perfect. Exactly what I want, and that's exactly what you want too. Trust me. Just trust me. It's what you want. So if you go back and watch that first video again to see those all the information, make sure you watch the whole video because there's something really special in there, and only people who watch the whole video know what's in there. So that's it. I just did a. You can, if you want, you can take your rice bag and put it back over it again, just for extra heat. Heat and pressure are the two things you're looking for to make sure your jams are properly adhered to your nail. That's what does the trick. So ta-da! That's the rice bag. I don't know. It wants to focus on me, not my nail. Here, let me do this for you. Oh, no, that doesn't work. Here, is that better? Doo-doo. I don't know. It doesn't want to focus. That would be really cool when they can perfect Facebook Live to have focus just like a real camera, an actual camera. Okay, so I did that. Now we're going to do the blow dryer. The blow dryer, honestly, this is going to be the first time I've ever done a blow dryer. I've never used a blow dryer before. I went straight from the rice bag to the mini heater. I never got a blow dryer just because I like to watch TV while I do my nails. And so a blow dryer is kind of loud, and it's really hard to hear people sing on The Voice. Or just people talking about the yummy food that they're cooking on MasterChef, those are usually my favorite shows I like to watch while I do my nails. Or Sex in the City if I'm feeling retro, or because I mean it's sad that show was so old now, but it was. Whoops, I pressed the wrong button. Okay, sorry, there's a little glitch there. Okay, so now I'm going to do the blow dryer. I'm going to do my pinky this time. So let's see which light matching up my wrap with my pinky. I'm going to go on the skinny side here. I'm going to use the very last one. I think sometimes my fingernail, I think it depends on, I don't know how bloated I am or something. My pinky one can go either or. But I'm going to do the last one. And I'm going to peel it off just like so. Come on. Today's been a weird day. Okay, there we go. Not having much hand-eye coordination abilities today. All right. So now I'm going to, well, you can't see this, it's below me, but now I'm cutting the wrap in half. And for the blow dryer, I'm going to do a cold application, just like I did in night one, Monday's video, for simplicity's sake. If this was a glitter sparkle wrap, I would most definitely be using the hot application, which would be warming up the wrap first, then applying it to your nail, and then warming it up again. This time I'm doing the cold application, so I'm just going to put it straight on my nail and then warm it up. So again, if you're going to touch the wrap with your fingers, make sure it is the part that's not going to be touching your nail. So here's my pinky, and let's flip it over one more time. Here we go. I love you ladies for putting up with my video tricks like this. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to figure out a really awesome way to get my nails centered down here for you. So I'm just going to place the wrap as close to the bottom of my cuticle as I can. And this is hard because I'm doing it kind of funky. All right, here we go. Okay, so trying to center it. You want to think skinny. You would rather have a little sliver on each side than have it touching your skin. If it touches your skin, it will not last. It will not stay. It will not stick. You do not want it to touch your skin. Okay, so I'm just doing my pressure thing. Heat and pressure, 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 pressure. Pressing it down and making sure. This Serene is a matte wrap. Oh man, these are easy to apply. I think matte wraps might be the easiest, just because they're, I don't know, they just really are cooperative wraps, matte and glossy. I didn't realize this was a matte wrap until I was wearing it. So now I'm going to trim some of the excess off here. Where's my nail? Okay, there we go. And now I'm going to get the blow dryer. And this is going to be hot or loud, so you might want to turn your speakers down wherever you are because it's a blow dryer. And I'm going to turn it on low, but I'm going to have the setting on hot. So it's on the hottest setting, but I'm going to put it on low. And I'm just going to warm up the wrap, just like as I would with a mini heater, and see how it goes. So let's try this. Okay, maybe that wasn't it. Okay, well that's about as hot as I can really tolerate, and I can tolerate a lot of heat. And you can see that even though it warmed up, but you can see this is not curling over like the way it does with a mini heater, or actually that's pretty, yeah, it's pretty stiff. But so I'm not sure if a blow dryer is going to evenly distribute the heat the way it needs to be distributed. Let's try it with the baggie and see if that helps a little bit. I'm just going to wrap the baggie around and try the blow dryer again. This is going to get tricky because this is just one hand. But this is why a mini heater is valuable, because I'm doing all of this with just two hands. Okay, let's try this now and see if I can get a better distribution of heat. Okay, hot. All right. So you can tell the baggie, you know, it's just hot. It's a blow dryer. It's hot. Okay. The mini heater does not have that much heat coming out of it like a blow dryer does. Okay, so I'm going to flip this around again. All right. Hi again. Okay. So you can see, I don't, just off of what I've just experienced with the blow dryer, I would not call this my favorite method to try, but it will work in a pinch. I think the rice bag is the way to go. So let's go ahead and file this off. Okay. and it looks pretty good. Let me do my glass file. So I'll share the results with you and let you know if this, it is my pinky, so it's going to get the least wear out of all of them. But I'll let you know how it goes and if it, what I think of it, this type of application as it goes along. So there you go. That is how you use a blow dryer, and that's how you use a sock full of rice. And here is my nail from night 1. Monday night, this is my first time ever doing a cold application, and it turned out pretty darn good. I might try that more often, just because it was a little bit easier, and it worked. It worked really well. So kudos to the cold application. Whoever thought of that, good for them, because it wasn't me. So now I'm going to show you the daring thing to do. If you are putting your jams on and you notice like creases, let's see here, creases like right here on the sides, maybe even some on the tips, little like wrinkled tips, like wrinkles around here, maybe even some puckering around here. I hate the puckering. When my wrap puckers, I'm just done with it. That means, to me, the puckering that's right at the base is just maddening. That's like the most maddening thing for me, because when you put your fingers to your hair, it gets stuck in your hair. So if puckering, that even happens to me, but if it happens to you, this is something that can help you with that too. What you can do is you can take your iron, like an iron for clothes, a flat iron for your hair, or a curling iron for your hair. You can use your tweezers, or your cuticle spoon, whichever you prefer. I'm going to use this just because it's bigger. And now, this should not hurt you. So if this is hurting you, stop. This should basically be kind of like, you know how welders, they just tap, tap, tap. This is basically what you're doing. You're just tapping your nail. You're not putting constant pressure. You're not, don't burn yourself. Please don't burn I don't want you to burn yourself. This is daring. Like, you're like the, what's that daredevil's name? The one that, Evel Knievel, the Evel Knievel of nails. Thanks, babe. Shout out to my hubby for the random information. So, I'm just going to take this metal piece. You can use your tweezers and just kind of warm them up. Warm up a side of it, or get your cuticle spoon, warm up some of it. And basically you're just going to go to those little creases, and after this gets nice and warm, oh yeah, it's warm, okay. After this gets nice and warm, you're just going to kind of tap your nail, tap the crease that's in the wrap, and kind of iron it out, basically. Please don't hurt yourself. Can I say that enough? Please don't hurt yourself. Especially like on your nail, when you're doing if your nail is longer than your finger, you shouldn't feel any pain, but just be careful when you're doing the sides of your nail. I just really don't want anybody to hurt themselves. So let's see, I didn't really have anything here, but basically I'll just show you as an example. So basically you just take it, and if you have any wrinkles at the top, just tap, 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 tap. Just iron it out. At your discretion, you can, like, what feels comfortable to you, go for it. I trust you. I understand. You know, just go with it. But just please be careful. So this is, let me use my tweezers too here. But this is just a really great trick just to get some of those little wrinkles out of your wraps. And it's best to do it right after application. It's not something you can do like the next day. So this is something you do before the glue sets, which is something we also talked about in Monday night's video. So if you have not seen Monday night's video, please go back and watch it. It is full of really great information that all came out of my brain, and I'm pretty proud of myself. So, so okay, we got it nice and warm. So basically, you would just, if it's on the sides, you would just kind of, boop, just tap it and press it out. Almost basically like you're kind of ironing your nail. And this doesn't hurt me at all. I don't feel a single thing other than just pressure from putting the tweezers on there. So that's what you're going to do with some extra heat there if you have any wrinkles or creases on the sides of your wrap. And that's just some of the tricks I have for you guys. Please let me know if you have any questions or any comments. Go ahead and post them in the comment section, and I will be glad to help you and talk to you about it. And I think that's all for tonight. So I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Thank you for taking the time to watch this, and I will talk to you later. Bye.